Generally speaking, the rule is if the seller has a self-interest in me buying, I ain't buying. Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be setting some challenges for myself, and after you have heard the plan, maybe you'll want to try the challenge as well. See, what I want to essentially do is make better investment decisions. That's the goal of these challenges I'm about to set for myself. And I'm hoping that this challenge week will give me the kickstart I need to be able to apply these strategies consistently into the future. So I think our brains are subject to these swings in moods and emotions, so any little tricks and hacks I can play, well, that'll help me make better decisions. Well, I want to give that a go. So I'm going to set myself 2 challenges, take a listen, and if you would like to join me, well, that would be awesome. Now, one challenge that I'm currently doing at the moment that is unrelated to investing is I'm going to start growing a mustache for Movember with a group of other YouTubers. See, Movember is a fundraiser where the proceeds go to this fantastic organization focusing on men's mental health, suicide prevention, prostate and testicular cancer. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, look, I'm from a farm in regional Australia and 99% of farmers are men. See, mental health is a big issue because farmers are very isolated, financially stressed, and they're at the mercy of the weather. Now, farming isn't just a business to these guys, it's like a way of life and it's their identity. But farming has to be treated like a business, so they've got high levels of debt, there's unpredictable weather, and there's a lot of physically demanding work. And unfortunately, things go wrong all the time on the farm, and without the mental tools to deal with this roller coaster ride that is farming, well, things can at times look really bleak. These farmers don't have the tools or understanding on how to get help or where to go and get the help. Plus, it isn't part of the mentality of the stereotypical Australian tough farmer. Therefore, suicide is a serious concern and suicide rates are unfortunately growing. So anything to bring awareness to this topic is great and a small step in the right direction. If you can donate $50 or even $20, whatever is suitable for you, then join me in helping out other people in our world. The link's in the description, and please make sure to let me know if you do donate so I can personally thank you. Okay, now I don't know how often you do this, but I check the stock prices more than one time per day, especially if I have an order that I'm hoping to execute. Look, it's quite silly and a waste of time, but it's not just a waste of time, it's actually far more than that. Now, there is this weird glitch in our brains that somehow makes us think that the stock knows we are watching it, encouraging it to go up or down. But the real problem is that the constant moving of the stock price is a constant call to action. If we see the green arrows going up and the price moving up a few cents, we immediately think that we are missing out and we should do something. Our irrational brain thinks we should probably go out and buy it or sell it or do something anyway. But what I'm trying to do is buy a part ownership in a business that I want to hold for many years, if not decades. So if the stock market were to close and not open for 5 years, we shouldn't really care. So having that mentality and then checking the stock prices every hour makes no sense, and it is pushing our irrational brain to do something that most likely we shouldn't be doing, which is taking some sort of action. I already think I have made way too many actions this year and I want to stop doing that. See, I get this small rush when I buy something. I don't really know why, but it's a problem with my rational decision making. So the challenge that I'm putting forward is to not check the prices of anything for an entire week. Now you might be thinking, well, what if I miss out on some amazing opportunity in that week? Well, although the chances of that happening are pretty slim, maybe a stock I am watching crashes and I would want to invest more. Well, what I have done is I've downloaded the investing.com app on my phone and I've turned off all the notifications except for what they call watch list alerts. So for example, I'm wanting to invest more into Nintendo and the price of Nintendo is getting close to the price where I want to invest a significant amount into. $50 is that price that I've calculated is the highest price I would want to invest more money into the business. So what I've done is I've gone into the app and set a push alert to tell me when the price hits $50. I also have placed a limit order in my stock brokerage account in Interactive Brokers at that $50 mark as well. So unless the stock hits $50, I won't get a notification and I don't have to do anything. So the challenge is to not check the prices to see how close the price is getting to my buy price. That is where my rational brain would interfere and think that maybe $54 is close enough. but I have made my decision and I'm going to be disciplined like a robot. Therefore, I hope I have no reason to check the stock price for at least a week. So that's the challenge. I'm going to take a last look at the stock prices on the weekend, then not check the prices again until the following weekend. It'll be interesting to see whether I can do this or not, because I'm in a terrible habit of when I'm on the metro or going for a walk or having breakfast, I'll check the stock market. So I'll let you know how I go, and it doesn't matter if you are watching this in the future, you can attempt to do the same test yourself. My hypothesis is that it will be actually difficult and that I'll forget the challenge and slip up because I'm in such a bad habit. Well, anyway, we'll see. Essentially, I just don't want to subject my brain to the stock prices and resisting all of these calls to action. I only have a certain amount of willpower each day, and I'm wasting it when I check the stock prices. I want to direct my willpower on something more constructive. Now, this is backed up by research. Now, there's behavioral finance researchers Denny Kahneman and Amos Tversky have found out that investors feel the pain of loss twice as acutely as the pleasure of the gain. So I need to protect my brain from the emotions of when my stocks go down, even if it is that little bit down. I've been reading a book called Influence, and it is fascinating how manipulated we all are by sales tricks. There are many different ways to be manipulated, and we are bombarded with these tricks every day. So in my general life is where I'm going to apply this challenge. So here are some examples. If I go into a store to buy clothes, if a salesperson recommends something to me, well, now I can't buy that thing. If I go to a restaurant and the waiter suggests a special meal and, well, what is great on the menu, well, now I can't choose that thing anymore either. I'm even going to take it as far as if I see an advertisement for anything, I now cannot buy that thing, which is going to be a pain because whenever I see a KFC ad on a billboard or a bus, I often want to go get KFC. So no more advertising influence decisions. Now I know I might miss out on the short term on a special promotion or a deal or something like that, but I'm trying to develop a habit that keeps me aware of when I'm being sold to. I'm attempting to develop a habit of thinking for myself without being influenced by others. Now, over a lifetime, I think this will be a valuable skill to master. Guy Spears' response to anyone who tries to sell him something is this: "I'm sorry, but I have a rule that I don't allow myself to buy anything that is being sold to me." Now, relating this to the investing world, well, this means that I cannot act on any journalist articles or value investing club write-ups. See, a journalist writing a report on Nintendo might be on the buy side or the sell side, but they are publishing the article for one reason: to get attention. Because clicks and attention equals money. So if the incentive of the journalist is to write a popular article with a good title, how am I supposed to believe that they have a balanced opinion about anything? Now, I'm not saying I can't read that article, I can, but I need to make sure I read both sides of the argument, and definitely cannot act on any of the information in the article and base it as fact. A Value Investors Club write-up is pretty much the same. The writer has an opinion either to buy or short the stock. Some write-ups are great, but they still have bias. They want the stock to go up or down, or they just want as much attention as possible to feed their egos and potentially win that $5,000 prize for the best article. Now, the article stems from the writer's personal agenda, and I'm not exactly sure what that is. Look, it's still a great resource, but I have realized that I'm easily influenced by a well thought out stock pitch. So, no more acting on information presented to me in Value Investors Club. Warren Buffett has a rule where he never participates in an open outcry auction. The reason is there are multiple manipulation tactics being used all at the same time. The power of social proof, which is seeing all the other people bidding for something that you want, gets you enticed to bid more too. The power of contrast, because the price moving up from $5,000 to $5,500, well, it doesn't feel like much. It's only an extra $500. But the same feeling happens when the price is now $8,000 and it moves to $8,500. You think, oh, it's only an extra $500. Well, no, not at all. It's actually $3,000 more than it was 5 minutes ago. The power of sunk costs. You have done the research and this is what you want. It was hard to do that research and it took days of your time, so paying a little extra isn't a big deal. So as you can see, there's so many things happening here all at the same time, so better to just avoid these open outcry auctions. Generally speaking, the rule is if the seller has a self-interest in me buying, I ain't buying. So the challenge I'm putting to myself is to try my best to identify when I'm being influenced or sold to and reject whatever is being sold to me. All right, so these are my challenges I've set for myself. If you found this interesting at all, don't forget to hit that like button for me so I know if this was interesting, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and don't forget about donating to Movember. It's a great cause, and the one time to join me and my YouTube friends on a cause we all find important.